Okay, let me remind you of the 5 pillars and how they work, because remember, there are 2 keys to each pillar. The pillar itself, strategy, team, marketing, etc. And then the description of that pillar, revolutionary strategies, unique marketing, etc. So let's have a quick look at the 5 pillars. The first one then, revolutionary strategies. And just simply, I want you to give yourself a mark now. Out of 10, where would you mark yourself out of 10 on revolutionary strategies? First of all, do you have a plan? Do you have a strategy? Do you know where you're going, where you're starting from, what you've got to do to get there? Is it revolutionary? Do you look like a business 5 years in the future or a business 5 years in the past? That's really what we're looking at. Give yourself a mark now. Go on, write it down. 1 to 10, be honest with yourself. 1 being very poor, 10 being done, perfect, I'm spot on with this. Okay, the next one is the one we're talking about here, which is profit. And very much what we talked about in the first lesson. And are you focused on profit? Or are you focused on break even? Are you focused on sales? Are you focused on profit? Really focused on it, measuring it on it all the time. All right, now the center one, and there's a reason why it's the center one. A committed team. It's the center pillar. It holds the whole thing together, because everything that you want to achieve will be via the team. That's why the word isn't just team, it's committed team. I'm sure you have a great team. Are they a committed team? Are they engaged? Are they involved? Are they committed to the business, the goals of the business, to the plan? Do they know what it is? All of those questions determine whether you mark yourself 1 or 10. The 4th pillar, raving fans. Do you have raving fans in the business? Or delighted clients, I call it sometimes, but I prefer raving fans. And you know why I call it that. Are they fans? Are they coming back? Are they raving about you to everybody they speak to? What's your wow factor? Remember I asked that question on the phone call. If every 10 clients that walks out of your salon, how many are going wow as they walk down the street? That's the wow factor. So that's what you use when you mark yourself here 1 to 10. I know you give good service, and I know obviously you're a lovely salon and your team are wonderful, but are you really blowing people's socks off? Because otherwise you're just the same as most of the salons in your area. We've got to stand out from the crowd. The only way you can do that is by having raving fans, by achieving levels of service, of delight, that mean people walk out of that door going, wow, and never stop talking about you. And then finally, unique marketing. And the key word here, unique. For a creative industry, sometimes we can be very uncreative in the way we do business. But is your marketing unique? Is it different? Is it standing out from the crowd? Here's a great little test. Look at the marketing you do. If your competitors were doing it, would it scare you? You see, if it wouldn't scare you, then it's not going to scare them. Is it getting into people's heads? Is it making people think? You see, if you want someone to stop going to another salon and come to you, then you've really got to make a very strong point. It's also incredibly noisy out there in the whole world of marketing, social media, etc., etc., etc. How are people going to hear you above the noise? Is your message getting through? You've got to be unique with your marketing. Stand out. Okay, now what I want you to do is I want you to draw your business and now compare it to just a few weeks ago. When you did it with the phone call, have things changed? Hopefully they've got better, but maybe they haven't. Maybe you've been a bit more honest this time. I don't know. But what you're doing is you're looking at where you are now, and it will be very clear that you have strengths, but you have areas that need to be improved. It doesn't actually matter. Both things need work on, because you should be developing strengths as well as improving things.